my friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video we are talking all things Easter. I'm going to be sharing with you my 2024 Easter tablescape. I'm going to show you my idea for what I plan for our Easter brunch, but I'm also going to be showing you a more simple version that you can do to bring in beautiful spring touches to your dining room table. I'm also going to be sharing with you my menu plan for Easter, as well as a couple of little recipes. Let's go ahead and get started. I've kind of laid out back here my vision for our Easter table this year, and my vision this year is a spring garden, vegetable garden. Think Peter Rabbit meets English cottage, English countryside. That is the vibe we're going for Easter this year. I love all things green and florally and little bunnies and everything to do with fresh pottings of flowers and vegetables. That just screams spring to me. So that's what we're going to be focusing on for our table this year. I'm going to share with you this picture right here. This was actually the picture that I saw on Pinterest that sparked the entire theme for our Easter this year. I love the pots and how they're laid out and kind of splayed across the table, and little pops of florals and greenery, and it just looks so organic and beautiful. And it's nice and low so you can still see each other at the dining room table. So we're going to be trying to recreate this look today. I did pick up some terracotta pots from Walmart, and I'm going to show you how to age them and make them look beautiful, like they've been sitting outside in the spring rain, and make them look really, really beautiful. I also just got back from Michael's. They have a huge sale right now on all of their spring florals. They're 70% off. So now is a great time to go get yourself some greenery, some florals. You can use them for spring as well as summer. I'm going to share with you what I picked up there, as well as a couple of things I picked up from TJ Maxx to just really bring in that Peter Rabbit Easter or European cottage side to our table. I want to start by showing you the florals that I just picked up from Michael's. I feel like if I wrapped all of this in some beautiful brown butcher paper, it would look like a really pretty spring bouquet that I was bringing to someone. But I'm just going to share with you what I got. I did pick up mostly two of everything. So I'll share that with you. The first thing that I picked up here is an asparagus fern. I actually had picked up a few of these a couple of weeks ago for my front porch, which you're going to be seeing here in a few videos. There are lots of projects for that, so just stay tuned. But love how this drapes like this. When you're filling some kind of pot, the best rules to follow is to have some kind of spiller, something that comes out of your pot, some kind of thriller that just looks really, really beautiful, like the main focal point of your pot, and then some kind of filler, so smaller florals or plants to put in there. So this is a great filler and spiller because it will fill in the space, add lots of greenery, but spill out of anything that you put this in. Put this in a beautiful basket. I'm going to show you how I plan to use this today. And I did pick up two of these. They were $19.99, but 70% off. I tried to stick with some spring colors. So this one here, this is a lavender berry stem that I picked up with these beautiful lavender color stems and berries. So pretty. Again, I love how this one kind of drapes. A little bit of a spiller. And then I also picked up these purple heather right here. These are so pretty. I tried to grow some of these a couple of years ago, and they're very finicky. So I'm really excited that I found some faux ones. The heather are $5.99 and the lavender berry were $9.99. Again, both were 70% off, but love those purpley hues. Perfect for a garden tablescape. I also wanted to bring some element of cream or yellow. So I found these beautiful mini rose stems that had the yellow piece in the center. They look really, really sweet and very dainty, which I really loved about these. And I wish that I could turn off my overhead lights so you could see these in natural lighting. I do use daylight bulbs, so it's as close to natural lighting as we're going to get, but it is pouring rain today. We actually have flash flood warnings. Welcome spring. So there's definitely no way we're going to show any of this without some overhead lighting today, but you can see that really pretty creamy yellow color, and I thought these were nice and pretty and dainty. Look like they're just coming in on the stem. These were $9.99, again, before 70% off. This next one I purchased because I wanted to give our florals a look like they were just wild grown flowers, something you'd see on the side of the road. So I picked up some Queen Anne's lace. This is something you can see growing all over New England in the spring and summer. And so pretty with these really little dainty white flowers. Hopefully it's focusing and you can see those. These were $4.99 for this stem, and there's a lot of little pieces. So my plan is to just kind of cut these and put them into the little pots, not just stick this whole stem in one. So I really get like 4 out of this. But again, this was $4.99 before the 70% off. I feel like a broken record. The last one I picked up is another one I had already bought for my front porch, but I loved it so much that when I saw it there again this morning, I was like, gotta have it. And this is a blue seed pod. I am obsessed with these. I just think that they're so cool looking. I think they look like something you'd see in the movie Avatar, but I love the color and the shape and like this little piece at the top that's kind of like fringy. Just love, love, love these. So thought that they would bring in really pretty color to our spring tablescape, but love these. These are $5.99. Say it with me, before 70% off. I did also pick up a few little picks to add in some different colors. So this one here says Pink Seeded Greenery Deluxe Bush. This was $3.99, and it's just this really pretty little baby pink with like all these little, they're like little tiny balls on there, but they're really pretty. And again, this has 5 individual stems on this one little bush. So perfect for me to break apart and spread the love. I picked up these little yellow ones too. This is a pick of yellow greenery right here. So pretty. This was $1, what was this? $1.99? $1.99 before 70% off. So what a steal. And then the last one I found I am obsessed with. These were $3.99. Again, this is another little pick, but it's got some decorative cabbage. I love these. Perfect. This is perfect for, again, that Peter Rabbit, European countryside garden theme. Love, love, love the look of decorative cabbage like that. So pretty. So these, like I said, were $3.99. I got a couple of these, but they were $3.99 before 70% off. So thought those were really, really sweet. Now, as I mentioned, I am going for this look here for my dining room table with these beautiful pots just kind of displayed across the table. So I did pick up quite a few from my local Walmart. I think I picked up, I got 3 different sizes, and I think I have 5 of these like medium pots. This is the size compared to my big old head. Let's see if it tells me what the inches is. This is a 6-inch flower pot, terracotta flower pot, and I think they were like $2. So we're gonna age those. Then I also picked up 4 or 5 of these 4-inch, 4 1/4, I think, 4-inch. And then the last ones I picked up just to bring in just an element of adorableness were these itty bitty tiny ones. They're in this bag, so we'll take them out here in a minute and I'll show you, but we're gonna age all of these to make them look, again, like they've been out in the garden, and those will look really, really pretty. As I mentioned, we're going for that Peter Rabbit feel, as I've said 100 times now, and I picked up these sweet little Peter Rabbit picks at Home Goods the other day. So you've got a couple of different characters. You have 2 rabbits plus a cat and a goose, it looks like, or is it a duck? It's a duck. These were $4.99. There are 24 party picks in here, and what I thought would be great with these is I'm gonna use these in a little dessert that I'm gonna make, but I'm also going to use these on for some charcuterie cups. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a minute, but there's 24 of them in here. The great thing about decorative picks like this is that you can use them for 100 different things. You can pop them into one of these little tiny pots. Imagine you put like some greenery in this and you put one of these in there and just kind of put those around like a charcuterie board. You could put the picks in a piece of cheese, put one in a little piece of cheese on your charcuterie board. You could also use these obviously as like cupcake toppers, which is what I think that they're originally made for. You can use them in the little dessert that I'm going to show you later. You could also use them on your tablescape, on your little napkins. There's 100 different things that you can do with picks. Decorative picks are such a great way to bring the theme that you're doing for your party into all different areas of your decor. Along with the cute little picks, I did find these cute little carrot paper plates. There's 12 of them in here. They were $3.99. I thought that these would be great for desserts. So chocolate covered strawberries, for little brownies, cupcakes, little tiny mini pies, whatever. But these will be perfect for dessert, and it's one less plate you have to wash. I did pick up some new textiles for our tablescape. I'm always trying to grow my collection of cloth napkins. We do a ton of hosting, and so I'm always trying to increase the cloth napkins that I have. So I found these Hearth and Hand towels at Target, and they are absolutely beautiful. They're cotton and linen napkins, machine washable. You get a set of 4 of them, and they're this beautiful stripe that looks like it's been embroidered. I actually think it is. Again, you get 4 of them, and they were $11.99 for 4. I think these are gorgeous. They have a very linen feel, but they're also soft like cotton. So I think that these will be beautiful paired with my water hyacinth tablecloths, or table mats placemats that I got from Hobby Lobby last year. I think it was last year, maybe it was the year before. But together, I just thought that those were really pretty, very gardeny. Something about blue and white stripes to me is just so appropriate for spring. Some other items I plan on using for decor for our buffet and for charcuterie boards are berry bowls. You just can't go wrong with berry bowls. This one here is, I believe, from Hobby Lobby. I've had this one for quite some time. It's a cute little berry bowl that you can literally put berries in, but you could also put you know, some of those decorative, like colorful almonds for the spring. You could put crackers in this. You could put some honey roasted peanuts in here, whatever you wanted, and have this on your charcuterie board, and it would look so very beautiful. I wouldn't put a dip in here just because of it is an actual colander, right? So you don't want that. But then I also have these other little decorative berry bowls that I picked up back in January when I took my girls' trip to Rhode Island. We went to the Newport Vineyard, and I found these in their gift shop. And right now they just live up in my hutch here in my kitchen, but because I just think they're so pretty and I love the color. They look super aged, even though they're not at all. But I just think that these would be really pretty. Again, holding something for your charcuterie board, or you know, something like that, or you could just have them stacked like this on your buffet and they would look stunning. Another element that I plan to use for decor for my buffet and my table are galvanized items. So I did pick up this sweet little galvanized what's this called? A watering can. I do believe I have another one downstairs. This is $7.99. I got it at Hobby Lobby. All of their galvanized items were 50% off, so I got it for $3.99. And I picked up 2 because I plan to use one on my front porch when I'm doing that makeover that I keep talking about. I'm just hyping it up. It better be good, right? But I just think this would be really, really sweet if you put like paper straws in this over by a drink dispenser for Easter, or you could put florals in this. You could line it with some wax paper and put a dip in here. This would look so cute for a charcuterie board, you know, holding a dip or something like that. Just make sure you line it, but you could use this for 100 different things and it would look so pretty. Another galvanized item I picked up was this little bucket that you could hang. This also is from Hobby Lobby. It was $4.99 before 50% off. And again, I purchased this for my porch makeover, but this would also look super cute with some florals, just kind of, you know, displayed on your buffet. Or you could also use this for napkins and forks. That would look really, really pretty. And I just think it's a really sweet piece. Plus you could hang it and it would look adorable. And then the last galvanized item I picked up is this little tray. This was also from Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry. If I say Home Depot when I'm talking about Hobby Lobby, I apologize. I mix up words all of the time, so please forgive me. But this little tray is, does it say, a 12.6 by 9.6. So it's, you know, a decent size. This would be a great little tiny charcuterie board. Again, you could use that berry bowl and you could line this with some wax paper and put a dip in there and use this for vegetables or fruit, and it would look, you know, really, really beautiful. But again, I just wanted all the galvanized items because I think that that is it's something you would find in a garden. The last bit of decor that I just wanted to talk about, I don't think I'm going to be using it for my Easter display this year, but it is something I wanted to mention, and that is baskets. So this is a basket that I recently picked up at Michael's. It was $30, but it was on sale, 60% off. Plus I had a $10 voucher, so I think I paid like $8 for it, but it's got a nice flat back, if you can see that, and the inside is lined, so it is designed for you to put like actual flowers in it. I did pick this up for my front porch. As I just keep saying, again, I feel like I'm just blowing that up, but it would look really pretty with this little asparagus fern, just like such. And it does sit up, or stand up on its own. So you could just leave it like this with some florals and have that as a centerpiece, or, you know, over on where your buffet is. I could kind of just prop this over here in the corner as a nice little spring accent. You could hang this on your front door. I think that's what it's designed for. But like I said, my plan is to use this, something like this, out on my porch when I do that makeover. But baskets are very quintessential spring. So definitely an easy way that you could display some decor for spring and for your Easter spread. So now that we've talked about just kind of the general overall decor style that I'm going with, let's talk food. So we are going to be doing a brunch style for our Easter, and that allows us to do both you know, breakfast foods and lunch foods and dinner foods that are kind of made into lunch foods. And so the first thing I want to talk about is some little charcuterie cups that I am going to be making. So I have these little cups that I purchased on Amazon. I'll link these for you down below. The inside is lined with a little bit of wax to help make it, you know, a little bit waterproof. But these are adorable little charcuterie cups, and I used these, when did I use these? Maybe for supper club? I used these for my cookie party. If I can find a clip for you, I'll put it in here, but these are adorable to just have a couple of pieces of meat, some cheese, some fruit, some vegetables, a cracker or two, and make them just little tiny individual charcuterie cups that I plan to use on my tablescape. And I will use one of those little picks in the charcuterie cup to just make it look really, really cute. So this will go on the center of every single plate, and everybody will get their own, and this will be like their little appetizer when you know, they go to sit down. So really cute, they look really nice, and it's a great way if you are concerned about sickness, right? So spring, Transitional seasons can be tough on sickness, so this does prevent everybody from touching the food on a charcuterie board if you're concerned about that. Now, one of the things I make every single Easter are some colorful deviled eggs. I showed these in last year's Easter video, which I'm going to be compiling a little Easter marathon. I said I was going to do that a few weeks back. I just haven't had the time. This is a very busy season for us, but every single year I make really cute pastel Easter deviled eggs. And deviled eggs are, I think, again, something you see at all Easter brunches or dinners, and they're delicious and they look really pretty when you take some time to just color the eggs. This is so simple to do. Just hard boil your eggs. If you have an Instant Pot, that's the easiest way I have found to boil eggs. You do follow the 5-5-5 rule. 5 minutes in the Instant Pot on high pressure, then take them out and let them sit for 5 minutes and decompress, and then take them out, put them in an ice bath for 5 minutes, and then the shell just comes right off. And then you're going to cut your egg in half, take out the yolk, and then use just the egg white and soak it in some water with some food coloring for as long as you want until it turns into this really beautiful color. The more time you let it sit, the deeper and richer the color will get. It does not change the texture of your egg white. It doesn't change the flavor of your egg white. It just changes the color, and they look so pretty. And you can do this for any holiday party that you have. I do this every year for the 4th of July. We make them red, white, and blue, and they just look so festive. Make your deviled egg inside the way you normally would. Pipe that in, and they look so cute. A couple of other things that we're going to be making are a ham. We always love to have a ham for Easter. My kids and I love a ham. My mother-in-law is going to be making pierogies, so she'll be bringing those as well. I think she's also going to be making some scalloped potatoes, I believe, and I will be making hash brown casserole, a morning casserole. It's actually a dupe for the Cracker Barrel recipe. It is divine. I actually have a cook with me here on my channel where I show you how to make a delicious brunch spread. I'll put that for you down in the description box. I can't remember if it was in its own video or if it was in an Easter video, but I'll link it for you down below. It is divine. I'll put the recipe down there for you too. So good. That's a request from my sister-in-law, so we're going to make sure we have that as well. Another item we're going to be making are these super cute mini bell pepper carrots. Everything, again, that we're doing is going to be garden themed, so I'm going to try really hard to incorporate that as much as I can. And I thought these were just the cutest. I actually have all the items. I'm going to show you how easy these are to assemble and make, but I'm going to show you that here in just a little bit, but they're so very simple and, again, just look so cute for a garden theme. And I think these would be beautiful on that galvanized tin that I showed you. We can put a couple in a berry dish, so they just look really pretty on a spread. I'll show you how to do that here in just a minute. A couple of other ways to bring in a garden theme to your spread is to use cabbage. So if you're going to be using some kind of vegetable dip or anything like that, get a big head of lettuce, take out as much as you can in the center and put your dip there. That will look so pretty and like it's fresh out of the garden. You could also make little crudité boards with just, vegetables, and use that big cabbage to display some of your vegetables. That would look really pretty. You could also use these little pots, put some wax paper inside, and you can use them for dips as well. That would look really pretty. Or, like I said, using the little watering can with some wax paper and putting a dip in there. That would also be really sweet. For desserts, I feel like you can't have an Easter brunch or lunch or dinner without a carrot cake. I think carrot cake is so perfect for your Easter dinner for spring, especially if you're doing a garden theme like I am. So my plan is to make a cake or to buy a cake. I'll probably buy one and do a little semi-homemade to it. My inspiration this year is this picture right here. I plan to do adorable little carrots all over the cake and put it on my beautiful cake stand. That will look so stunning. I always set up desserts over in my coffee bar and just kind of create a beautiful little dessert area with a tiered tray with some little, snacks that you can grab. I plan to do some pastel chocolate covered strawberries just like these. They look so pretty, and you can have those displayed again on a tiered tray like I mentioned. And then another recipe I'm going to show you today are these adorable little carrot dirt cups. These are so simple to make, and my kids love these. They're so fun to eat, they're delicious, and they also just look so sweet in your dessert bar. The last thing I want to mention is drinks. So for my kiddos, I plan to make this adorable carrot juice. It won't really be carrot juice, but it will be a orange colored punch of some kind. And I plan to display it just like that in a beautiful drink dispenser. I've got this one here from Walmart. This is the Better Homes and Gardens line. If I can find a link for this, I will put it down below. If it's not out right now, keep your eye out for the spring and summer. That's when I found this, was last summer. It was very popular. I don't for one second think that they won't bring that out. It was just so gorgeous, and it's perfect for any party that you have. I always have some kind of themed punch for the kiddos because I just think it's fun to tie that in. And so we're going to be doing a carrot juice, even though it's just a colored punch of some kind. And for the adults, I will have mimosas on hand, of course. I feel like a brunch is never a brunch without mimosas. And water, of course, juice, iced tea, that kind of thing for the adults, for anybody to drink. Let's go ahead and get into those yummy treats that I was telling you about. Let's start with the cute little carrot peppers. They're so simple.
We're going to go ahead and get started by slicing our small bell peppers here in half long ways. I did decide to leave the stems on just to give them a little bit of extra support for the dill that we're going to add. But go ahead and slice these in half, and then you're going to use a spoon to get out all of the small little stems. I'm just using those little mini bell peppers. They taste so good. They're super sweet. So use a spoon, get out all of the seeds from the inside and any of the inside that you can peel out. This will just make room for the cheese. For today, we're going to be using the Alouette herb cheese. I think it's garlic and herb cheese. This stuff is absolutely delicious inside of peppers. If you've never tried this snack, it's really, really good. But I'm just using a small mini rubber spatula to put about a tablespoon or so of cheese inside each half of our peppers. Once you have all of your peppers full, we're going to finish this off with a little bit of a stem. I'm using dill for today's stem, and I'm just slipping that into the cheese that we already have added. And you guys, that is literally it. I'm going to style mine here on this galvanized tray. When it's actually Easter, I'll make sure to make a lot more because these are a huge hit. Next up, we're going to work on our little carrot patch dirt cups here. I am starting off by making the instant pudding. I'm just using Jell-O chocolate instant pudding, and I'm making it based on the package instructions. So I've added 3 cups of cold milk. I'm just going to whisk this together for about 2 minutes and set that aside to firm up. While that's finishing up, I'm going ahead and crushing some regular Oreo cookies. Make sure you don't get double stuffed. You don't want too much of the cream for these. I used about a half a sleeve and crushed those up with a rolling pin. This is an antique rolling pin that I use for decor, but it did the job. And don't crush them into obliteration, just make them nice and small. And then I moved mine around a little bit in the bag to coat all of the white cream with the chocolate dusting, so there really wasn't a lot of white to be seen. Next up, I'm just putting down a piece of butcher paper here, and I'm grabbing some clean strawberries, and we're going to dip these in candy melts. So these are white candy melts. I couldn't find orange, so I'm just using some gel food coloring to get this to the desired color. I will say, I think next time when I make these, I'll make them a little bit darker in color, but this worked. I also thought that I had a deep enough bowl, but I didn't put enough candy melts to get a good dip. So I'm just kind of having to roll them around in the candy melt until they're covered, and then we're going to let them dry. When I make these for Easter, I think I'll make sure they look a little bit nicer and maybe add some into a Ziploc to drizzle on top like the picture. Candy melt only needs a couple of minutes to dry, so once those have firmed up, we can go ahead and assemble our cups. It doesn't take very long at all. For today's video, I only made a few, but I'll make sure that I have enough for everybody on actual Easter. These are great little make-ahead. Just don't add your cookie crumble until you're about to serve them. Now that my pudding is fully set up, it's time to go ahead and assemble our little pudding cups, and these could not be more simple, I'm telling you. I purchased some small clear cocktail cups, and I'm filling them with about 3 heaping tablespoons of pudding. This is probably about a half a cup of pudding per cup. I'm sure you could measure it if you wanted to, but I just kind of eyeballed it. Then I added a little bit of the Oreo cookies, slid one of our sweet little carrot strawberries in, and topped it off with a sweet little Peter Rabbit for decor. As I mentioned, you could make these ahead, just leave the Oreo cookies to the side, add those right before you serve them, and these are so very simple, but they add such charm to your table. Next up, we're going to work on aging our pots so that these can dry. I'm using garden lime today, and I'm putting about a cup or so here into a Tupperware bowl, and then I added in about the same amount of water. Go ahead and mix that up, and your garden lime will start to disintegrate, and it'll be a little bit soupy. Grab yourself a paintbrush. Don't worry about ruining it. This will rinse right out. And start painting thin layers onto your pot. Now you're going to be amazed. This will start to dry almost immediately, as you can see there, and you'll see the transformation right before your eyes, and you can add as many layers of this as you want. I painted all of the outsides, let them dry, then flipped them over and painted the inside. And although it took a little while just because I had so many pots, it does dry so very fast, and it just adds such a beautiful color to your pots. You could go back and do this repeatedly and make them nice and thick and give them a lot of texture. I would dip my paintbrush down into the bottom and get a little bit more garden lime so that I would have areas that were thicker, others that were thinner, and then I just let them dry. While those are drying, we're going to go ahead and start on our first tablescape here. So I have started off there with a water hyacinth runner. I picked that up at Hobby Lobby for $10.99, you guys. And I've placed a large cutting board that I picked up at Home Goods there in the middle. And I'm using my vintage antique pottery pitcher there, or pottery vase that I showed you in a recent video. And I'm just adding in those beautiful stems that I showed you from Michael's, as well as the seeded eucalyptus and faux sedum I already had from Target. I'm going for a really full flower arrangement, and I think this looks stunning. As I was working on the flowers, I decided I did not like the runner there, so I did take it down. And now we're going to add a little bit more decor here to the cutting board. I grabbed some of those pots and just kind of layered them there. And then I'm also bringing over 2 of those beautiful berry bowls that I showed you before. And we're just going to do a little bit of layering. I love a lot of layering. And if it wasn't for the fact that we were going to be adding some napkins to the table, I would have added a scrunched up towel or something here as well to bring in some softness and some color. We're going to start setting the table now. I'm starting off with my water hyacinth placemats, again from Hobby Lobby. And I'm bringing in my everyday plates. These are the French countryside plates from Mikasa. And we've had these since we got married. I love them. And then we're going to layer on those sweet little napkins. I'm obsessed with these. I think they're so very pretty. I did decide along the way that we did need a runner, so I took some time to add my little blue striped runner back, and then I'm layering in some cups there as well as some gold silverware, and this is done. I love this very simple centerpiece. I think it looks very sweet and perfect for springtime. And I think this is going to have to live here on my table for the rest of the season for sure. The wine glass there is from Pottery Barn. I love that hammered glass look. And my hobnail water glasses are from the Family Dollar. Now we're going to go ahead and start assembling our pots now that they're dry. I did add in a second runner there to give us a little bit more substance to the bottom. And I have my picture there for reference, and I'm just layering the pots on their side, kind of spilling over one inside of the other. And then we're going to bring in the little tiny ones as well. I did put some facing up as well so that we could have an assortment of pots laying down and we can fill them in. And I loved how this was looking. It just looked like things were spilling over and it looked really pretty. I will be honest, these definitely dried a lot more matte than I thought they were going to. I feel like we did get rid of all of the terracotta color, which is beautiful, but I'm wondering if we would have left a little bit, would have given us more of the look that they had in the picture. I went ahead and cut up some of the asparagus fern to fill in the pots here. And now we're just going to bring in little pops of flowers and color to make it come to life. And here's the look at the table, fully finished and beautiful. I love how this turned out. I think it looks so very sweet for spring and just screams garden party. I did bring over 2 of those little berry bowls and added them to the mix, and I think they look so very sweet. This turned out just beautiful.
All right, my friends, that was fun making these fun little treats. I hope that you enjoyed it. My boys are dying to get their hands on one of these little pudding cups. They're so stinking sweet and easy to make. I think when I do it for actual Easter, I'm gonna make the carrots look a little bit fancier, but they're really, really sweet. I also think I might use white chocolate that I tint instead of the candy melt, just because I think that that will taste a little bit better. But that video took me a lot longer than it was supposed to film. I think it was just painting all the pots and everything, but I think both options are really, really beautiful. I might leave that first option on my table just as an everyday table decor, but I hope that you found some fun inspiration for your Easter, no matter what it is that you're doing. And until the next one, my friends, make sure that you are subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Take care.